Please welcome Mara Hutton, Executive Vice President of the Geoffrey Beene Foundation, to present the Geoffrey Beene Builders of Science Award.
Good evening. Before presenting the Builders of Science Award, my husband Tom Hutton and I would like to take a moment to congratulate Dr. Harold Varmus, as he was critical in establishing and serving as chairman of the Geoffrey Beene Cancer Research Center at Memorial Sloan Kettering. And because of Dr. Varmus, Geoffrey Beene continues to fully fund revolutionary new cancer research, which is improving and saving lives. Thank you, Dr. Varmus. Well, Hollywood gave us the Bionic Man, Lee Majors. Do you remember? The $6 million man who could do anything. He had superpowers. Hollywood's fantasy, bionics. How passé. Lucky for us, today the healthcare industry gives us the hot rock star of science in Rochester, Minnesota at the Mayo Clinic, who has been lauded by the Twin Cities as the $6 billion man, given his success in launching what is expected to become the state's largest ever development project, the transformation of downtown Rochester into the Destination Medical Center. What do you know? Brains over bionics. This is priceless. His motto, think differently. Our honoree, President and CEO of Mayo Clinic, operating in 6 cities, serving over 1.3 million patients per year, Dr. John Noseworhty. And under his dynamic leadership, Mayo has also grown into Minnesota's largest private sector employer, with more than 40,000 employees, roughly 33,000 in Rochester alone, and 69,000 nationally. In addition, his scientific leadership has created 3 centers focused on the science of healthcare delivery, precision individualized medicine, and regenerative medicine. These centers work together to drive the speed of translation from discovery to delivery of patient care. And if this isn't enough, under his boundless leadership, Mayo has recently launched the Center for Biomedical Discovery to provide more support for basic science teams. And the best part, it's all being driven, as his colleagues and press have described him, by a passionate yet demanding individual who's skilled at mixing mild-mannered intellectual prowess with a warm bedside manner. So, it is no surprise, under Dr. Noseworthy's strategic leadership, the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota was recently named the #1 hospital in more specialties than any other hospital in the United States, according to the U.S. News and World Report. Why? Because they think and practice differently. By embodying the team-based care model, which in turn has greatly benefited both patients and providers, and this is the best part, it means lower costs. Working differently, no doubt, is paying off. So with all of your successes, of which I have only included a few, don't have time to talk about everything, and your proven exemplary leadership record at working and thinking differently, and it's just a thought, but in this election year, I just think you ought to be running for president. I mean, after all, we could all benefit from some warm bedside manners in a candidate. Dr. Noseworthy's background as a prodigious research investigator has influenced Mayo Clinic's continued commitment to research, and in his words, without research, there would be no Mayo Clinic. In a period of decreased funding for research, Dr. Noseworthy is proud that Mayo has been able to triple their research budget. You heard it right, triple their research budget. So what location is to real estate, without question, research is to Mayo Clinic. In closing, Dr. Noseworhty inspired us all when he said, quote, "All of us live lives of consequence through the marks we leave behind." My husband Tom and I want to thank you for your life of consequence, for all you have done and what you're doing to help save and improve lives. Your contributions in research and leading Mayo Clinic and thinking differently is benefiting all of us. Please join me in congratulating Dr. John Noseworthy for receiving Research America's 2016 Geoffrey Beene Builders of Science Award. Now, unfortunately, the Doctor of Docs suddenly fell ill today, and he can't be here, but we have the director at Mayo Clinic for the Alzheimer's Disease Research Center, who is also a featured rock star in the Geoffrey Beene Rock Stars campaign, Dr. Ron Peterson.